That's gonna suck. I was very suspicious about the Miami Dolphins play, how it's been all season long. You know, they've gone on their highs, they've gone on their lows. They've been very suspect. You know, eventually flaws are going to show because teams adapt to how you play. If you find something that's very gimmicky in the beginning of the season, eventually it's going to catch up to you.
Correct.
We've seen this movie before with the Miami Dolphins, bro. We've seen this movie before. That's why I didn't want to give into the hype. And I gave into the hype a couple weeks ago, and I went out and I put on my Dolphin jersey, and I was all for it, and all of a sudden, Dolphins break my heart. And it was that Lions game.
You know what? And it's really sad, too, because the Dolphins versus Green Bay, that was the Dolphins game. I think we need to take the timeouts away from Joe Philbin. I think we need, in the fourth quarter, like, he's just not allowed to use them.
Those are just poor coaching decisions.
Those were absolutely terrible decisions.
Look at the play.
Dolphins had all the momentum in the Green Bay game.
You're right.
And then all of a sudden, we call a timeout.
Yeah, here, take extra time. Figure out how you're going to beat us.
You just gave Aaron Rodgers like 5 plays, and you stopped the clock for him. But anyways, no, going back to even the Detroit game, another game we should have won, and it was just, where were we at the end? Where were we?
It's, bro, we've seen this movie so many times, man. That's why I told you, like, I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Like,
you had to drink the Kool-Aid. They were producing a product on the field worth watching. When they gave Tannehill the option to run, when they were opening up the playbook, and then it seems like every other game they open a playbook.
Okay, gimmick.
Open,
gimmicky,
close it.
Right?
Open.
So that's a gimmick.
Close it.
That's a gimmick that they had.
It was a gimmick, but they refused to use it the next game, and then they go back to it, and then they win. There's so many little gimmicks that the Dolphins were using that they were winning with, and then they stop using them. Like, where's the deep ball threat? Where's that been for the past, 4 years?
Okay, there. Did that come out like that? Yeah, I think it did. So that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about the option to run and this and that, all gimmicky. Look how the Wildcat went down. Like, it was dominating people,
well, that was
and then all of a sudden they ran into the wall and it didn't work anymore. So the option is kind of the same exact deal. And when you have a quarterback that can't throw the ball more than 50 yards accurately at the receivers, then you kind of have a problem, okay? Because it's not like he can. It's not like he's gonna go deep on these guys, okay, and complete a pass. So the defense knows that they don't have to cover. So you're covering all receivers press. You're right on their ass. You're not giving them any cushion. There's no room for you to do anything.
Safety in
so
all the
now
time.
all those short passes that were kind of working aren't working anymore, and defenses are starting to adapt to the option. Look, I'm trying to look up the stats, but look at the way it's been working out for Tannehill lately. You know, it's the last couple games have been ugly. They've been totally ugly, okay?
Yes.
The Jets, they scored 10 total points, 14 points, and look at the kind of game it was. If it wasn't because it was a Dolphin game, I would have shut the TV off in the second quarter.
No, that was an actually very good defensive game, but at the same time...
Oh, crap. Come on, man. The Dolphins couldn't stop the freaking run.
The offense
Geno
was
Smith threw the ball
terrible.
7 times.
I know.
Geno Smith
ran all over.
Geno Smith threw the ball 7 times.
They watched the Denver film.
Before that last drive, he had to throw the ball that last drive because he had no other choice. You know what it is to throw the ball 7 times, and they were running the ball constantly the whole entire game. Why didn't the Dolphin defense adjust to it and be able to stop the run?
Because they didn't know that the run was coming. It's only the Jets' slogan, ground and pound. It's the only thing they've done for my whole lifetime. They've been a ground and pound team.
Okay.
If they didn't have a run game, they didn't have a team.
So it's the gimmicky isn't out working. Okay, give me an over under. How many games does Ryan Tannehill have this year over 300 yards passing?
Maybe 2.
The answer is 0. His season high is 288 yards. In a league that's passer friendly, that protects the quarterback, that pretty much has built a bubble around their quarterback. You're going to tell me that Ryan Tannehill can only pass the ball for 288 yards a game? That's his season high. Okay? That's not good, man. You're not going to win like that.
Tell me about it. I have a quarterback named Colin Kaepernick who isn't producing 200-yard games right now. No, I understand. I understand. But you know what? When he is clicking and when he is being efficient and accurate and he's making those 15-yard passes, he didn't need to throw 288 yards. He doesn't need to. Aaron Rodgers is one of the most efficient quarterbacks, and I think he averages maybe 230 a game because he's just that efficient. Unfortunately, Tannehill isn't that efficient. That's why we need a run game. We need more of a passing game. We need him to step up on his arm. We need Joe Philman to open up the playbook. I'm sick and tired of the same 8 plays. And all they do is they take the same 8 plays and they just raffle it every 8 plays. It's like, okay, this is the order this time, and this is the order next time.
Over or under. Dolphins have three. Over or under. The Miami Dolphins have scored 3 or less points in 3 games. In 3 halves. I apologize. In 3 halves.
Oh, in 3 halves, over.
Over. It's 7.
Yeah.
7 halves that Miami scored 3 points or less.
And it's always like the third and fourth quarter. It's always the second half that they just die out. Just like the Hurricanes, man.
Guys, they scored 10 points in the first quarter.
And then
on Sunday. And then they laid an egg. They didn't do anything else after that. They scored another field goal. Okay, they didn't do anything else after that. Yeah, and
I think in the third quarter.
Come on, man. This isn't the formula to win. And all you fans that have been drinking the Kool-Aid, bro, the Kool-Aid got acid in it. It must have, because you guys are hallucinating.
You drank it too.
Yo, it's the same thing every single year. Every single year, you're on the brink of making the playoffs, keeping us in suspense, throwing up in our faces, and then leave us muttering the ultimate cliche of a fan. Oh, well, there's always next year. It happens every single time. I gave up spending money at Dolphin games. All right? My girlfriend wants to go to a Dolphin game, and I keep telling her, maybe next week, maybe next week, maybe next week, and I keep avoiding it like the plague, because I don't want to waste my money over there. It's for what? To have the same result week in and week out? Having your hopes up high and then just getting crapped on? I mean, this is one of the reasons why I haven't talked about the Dolphins on this show this year. Because why get excited about it?
Yeah, everything positive that started, it always ends up to where we are right now. Always on the brink of the wild card. Why are we okay with only going for the wild card?
Bro, you want to know why? Because that's kind of all we're left to. The Patriots, playing a game here with you today. Over under, the Patriots have had 8 straight 10-plus game seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Over or under?
Plus. Over.
What's the number?
I'd say 12.
12. So for the last 12 years, the Patriots have won the division. So for the last 12 years, the only way into the playoffs is that wild card.
No, and that's true. That's what we're shooting for, but that's what we shouldn't be shooting for. Eventually, Tom Brady, within 3 years, will be retired.
Well, we thought this year he was starting to regress because the first 4 games were awful for him.
Well, and then all of a sudden, they were like, oh, is Tom Brady okay? Is Tom Brady the same Tom Brady? And then Tom Brady went Tom Brady. He is who we thought he is.
I've had to lower your volume twice. That's a new one. It's a first.
But I'm not going to scream like that ever again. I'm just going to talk like this.
This team is depressing, man. This team is so depressing, bro. Okay, so then let's go to the other coast. Your team, the Niners. A team that you begged me in the car, please let's not talk about.
Mass chaos.
Man, there's a lot of chaos going over there.
Chaos.
And the reason why I bring him up now, because the Dolphins are linked to the situation, because he's going to either Oakland or he's coming to Miami. And I don't think he's coming to Miami. I think he's going to stay in Oakland.
I mean, do you really think he would come to Miami? Do you think Miami is prepared to drop Joe and move on?
Yes. Yes.
You think so already?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, because Stephen Ross, at the end of the day, is one of those guys that he listens to the fans, and
it takes
he wants
him a
to
while.
do everything for the fans. And they're rebuilding they're renovating the stadium now. After the Orange Bowl, I believe it's gonna be starting. The renovations are gonna begin. He wants a winning product on that team, and he's tired of waiting till next year. Wait till next year. If they can't land Harbaugh, he's gonna do the same thing that he did with Sperano. Sperano was still hired as the coach, and he flew on a jet with Ireland out west so he can try to lure Harbaugh to the Dolphins. He's gonna do it to Philbin. You know, it's in his history. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, so tacky.
It is. And would you want to have a boss like that? Imagine your boss goes, "Yeah, all right, David, go. You're doing a good job," but then he's gonna fly to the wherever on the other side of the country looking for a better guy, and then not get him and be like, "Oh, it's okay, you can stay."
And then not get him and come back and say,
on,
"Would you
man.
like to sign a 1-year extension?"
Oh man, you're out of your mind, bro. You're out of your mind,
What
man.
a slap in the face. But I mean, at the same time, he wasn't walking into another head coaching job anytime soon. So, but anyways, that's way in the past. But
Bro, that's okay. Hold on. Listen,
man.
David. That's
It
like
is so
having the girlfriend.
disappointing.
That's like having the girlfriend. Okay, that you're with her, and then she tells you, "You know, we're together, but if that guy over there it wants to go out with me, I'm gonna go out with him."
I wasn't ready.
Okay, so what about me? Oh well, if he doesn't want to go out with me, I'm gonna stay going out with you. But if he wants to go out with me, then I'm gonna dump you. And then you saying, "Oh, okay, who's the schmuck?" You.
Me.
Okay, exactly. So that was Sperano. Sperano's a schmuck. Sperano got a gig now. He's the interim head coach, but he's not gonna last there for long.
Oh no, they're still looking for what's called a head coach.
They're still looking for the football that they buried. I mean, like, seriously, bro. Like, come on. We played that sound on this show. Like, Sperano buried the football. That's how you're gonna bury the last
we're burying
era.
the first
You're gonna bury the
4
football.
season,
The first 4 games of the season, right?
Yeah,
They're in the ground now.
That
Whoever's
was
at this football, throw it on the
awesome.
ground, eh?
so awesome. It's like you're desperate. It's like, why didn't you just get the voodoo priestess out there and do a little rain dance for you? I mean, at that point in time, you're telling the world that we're so pathetic that we're trying any means possible.
So do you really think that the Dolphins are going to land Harbaugh? Because I don't
No.
see them landing Harbaugh.
No.
To be honest, I think Harbaugh's going to Oakland.
I think
He doesn't have to move his family. All he has to do is cross the bridge.
he would be pretty much walking into the same situation, because I think the situation is over there. I really personally do not know what the major issue is between my head coach and my front office. I really don't. But I think he would be walking into the exact same situation with a front office that's too involved with the head coach's job.
Look, you know what it turns into? Miami is desperate as a city, as a community, as a sports town. They're desperate
We
for
lost
our
the Heat.
for our football teams.
We lost the Heat, so we're definitely desperate for another
To
winning
prevail.
product.
They're desperate for their teams to prevail, and their teams have been so bad. Notice I'm saying there because the Hurricanes fit in this discussion as well.
Marlins
Okay.
fit in this discussion.
Let's talk football, okay? The football teams.
You just want to stay football.
Yeah, the football teams have been bad for a while.
But
I
I'm
mean,
just
you're
saying,
talking about the
Miami product
Hurricane
itself.
fans. Hurricane fans love to brag, "Oh, championships 5-5-5," but the last one we won was in 2001. All right. By the way, we can remember to that because this weekend the U2 comes out.
I mean, we can still brag about that because it's only been a decade. I mean,
More. It's been
a little-
14 years.
It's been 14 years since we've been into playoff contention. That's correct.
It's been 14 years
But
since
there
we
are
won a
other-
national championship.
There's other teams that have completely fallen apart. Look at Penn State.
All right, but it's been 14 years.
History just crapped down the drain.
But
At least we're not them.
That's all we're now we're starting to sound like Dolphin fans because that's all we have. What do the Dolphins have? They got to go back to 1972 to really proclaim how great their team is. That's all you talk about. That's all we talk about in this damn town.
Well, no, I mean, college is totally different because you're expecting high school kids to jump up to being the hype that they could have possibly been. But the bottom line is that the Dolphins have more of an opportunity to get what they want.
But the Canes fans have been preaching for Golden to be fired since last year. So fired D'Onofrio. Oh, you're not going to fire D'Onofrio? Then you need to leave. You know,
I would agree with that statement.
We live in a microwave society that you just want to put your dish in there, push start, and within 30 seconds or less, it's warm and ready to go. And it's not going to be like that. Okay, so this year, we realize that Golden is an awful X's and O's coach. He's an awful game day coach, and he has to go. Okay, what's going on with that process? Because right now we're still in a standstill figuring out where the hell we're going to go. Last week it was a lot of attention. Got to go, waiting for the board of trustees. We're still waiting here. Okay, so
if we're going to do something,
we
we got to do it
figured out
now.
with him. But Philbin, okay, has not really shown you a reason that you say you need to cancel me out. There's been a couple decisions. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has their way.
Yeah.
This is a new offensive coordinator as well. This is a new general manager. Maybe the problem isn't the coach. Maybe the problem is who they have playing at quarterback. Because that guy's not a quarterback. He's a wide receiver that you run an option to or a little reverse, and then he decides to throw the ball downfield. And if he connects, oh my God, the wide receiver threw a touchdown. And if he doesn't connect, well, he's the wide receiver.
He's heartline with an arm.
Exactly. So maybe it's not the coaching. We've seen this team
improve. It is partly the coaching.
Since Philbin got here.
The team has improved, and that's because we gave it a little bit more structure.
But what's the coaching that you're talking about? The timeouts that Philbin's been calling?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple decisions is what I'm talking
about.
And
I'm not even blasting him for that. And I think he's done fairly well when it comes to the draft board. So I think we were pressured into getting Tannehill. I think we were pressured. I don't think we gave ourselves an option of looking for either another veteran or possibly looking deeper into a draft with somebody a little bit unsuspecting.
How are we pressured to get Tannehill?
Because we want to change now.
Exactly. You don't let
as a Miami Dolphin fan, we wanted it now
because we're desperate,
and Chad Henne wasn't doing it for us again at the moment.
Because we're desperate.
We just want to win. We don't even like the process that it takes to get to winning. We just want the W's, and it's really sad as a fan base that
okay. You know what? You're right. You're right. 100%. That's why when Peyton Manning lands, everybody's running around town up his ass, sniffing it and saying, "Please come to the Dolphins. Please come to the Dolphins."
Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brad Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com.
Say, remember when radio was fun?
Now it's dead.
Because deregulation has allowed one massive corporation to spread its tentacles like a giant octopus, absorbing radio stations around the globe. And that's why you hear this.
SoFlo Radio will stand and fight the corporate monolith. SoFloRadio.com. SoFloRadio.com.
Here's the latest ratings you asked for.
What is this? Where did all our listeners go?
SoFloRadio.com.
SoFlo, what channel is that on?
It's online, sir. Wi-Fi radio.
Oh, I see.
But what channel is it on?
Put your business on the leading edge of media advertising with the SoFloRadio.com network. Unlike antiquated AM or FM radio, your professionally produced 30 or 60-second ad will be heard live on SoFloRadio.com during the day and will be downloaded thousands of times a day on SoFloRadio.com, as well as being heard on our free podcasts on iTunes. Wi-Fi radio and Bluetooth are now available with BMW, Ford, GM cars and trucks. Don't get left behind. Contact SoFloRadio.com for details and our very affordable rates. SoFloRadio.com. Stay ahead of the game.
The Amigo Show with Larry Million.
Yeah, I said it. Michael Jordan was the biggest thing in the NBA. LeBron is the biggest thing in the NBA. Same type of star. I'm not going to argue who's better today. And you look at that, right, Frank? And I remember Jordan. Like, I rooted against Jordan. You know why I rooted against Jordan? Whoa! Oh my! My voice went soprano. Oh my goodness!
No, what I meant to say was when I. Do you know why I root against?
You have failed.
That's what I was trying to say.
The Amigo Show, Saturday mornings from 9 to noon, only on SoFloRadio.com. Now, back to the Frank Fernandez Show.
Hi, I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a clean pair of shorts.
On SoFloRadio.com.
Soccer style kicker, graduated from Collier High, June 1976. Stetson University honors graduate, class of 1980. Holds 2 NCAA Division I records, one for most points in a season, one for distance. Former nicknamed the Mule, the first and only pro athlete ever to come out of Collier County, and one hell of a model American.
And Chewy on some hot, like I told Tish, I see when I boys. Like you seen him twirl, then he drop. And we keep them to my block. And Monte keep it on him, he done drop. And we be wildin', he some hot. Tones known to get busy with them.
Little pissed off right now.
Running through these checks till I pass.
I apologize for the inconvenience if you've been listening for the last half an hour or so over music. I did it again, man. I did it again. What do you think? It rides, huh?
Trap music.
It rides.
This is like, that's some gangster music right there.
Gangsta That's what that is. 954-990-0036. Frank Fernandez Show live here on SoFloRadio.com. We call it The Asylum.
Hey, turn the music down.
Yeah, I'm going to. Bro, I think I'm going to start wearing my hat like this from now on. Bill backwards.
The whole backwards hat look?
To the front creeps down on the bridge of my nose.
You're going to wear it, give yourself a wrinkle?
Like one of those deals.
Look at that. That doesn't look right.
Like that. Bro, I can't wear my hat like this. I can't even open my eyes,
It's kind of funny. The tag's kind of hanging down just a touch, so it actually looks like some tape or something right there in the middle of your glasses or whatever.
I can't open my eyes like this. I don't understand how people wear their hats like this.
Oh, it's cool.
Are you a flat build kind of guy?
I prefer it only because of glasses. Like
really?
When the whole bill is curved, it kind of hits the edges of the glasses.
But depends how curved you make it, because I've seen some people curve the crap out of their hat. That looks like a U.
Typically, unfortunately, most of my hats have been curved extreme. I mean, I do
like mine.
completely flat.
Curved,
no, I don't.
Much,
I don't like completely flat because it kind of defeats the purpose of the hat, because it's supposed to be curved a little bit to, cover the sun. It's the purpose of a hat.
Right. That's why I don't understand the backwards hat ordeal.
Well, that's just cool.
I look horrible with the backwards hat on. I do not look cool.
I mean, I can understand if you had long hair, maybe.
Maybe, but I'm bald. So
I mean, it's like maybe you should wear a headband.
Yeah, no. Well, like you were kind of saying, a beanie works.
I like beanies.
Beanies work, or a hoodie.
Well, no, hoodie is the whole jacket. You don't.
Yeah, it doesn't really work in Miami, dude. Bro, talk about Miami weather, like super unpredictable.
80 to 50 real quick.
Like for real. Like I was lucky that I took a sweater with me today, because if not, I'd be freezing my ass off.
No, I kind of walked outside and I was expecting, 70, 80 degrees, and I was like, whoa, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, it was absolutely chilly.
It was
chilly. Like, okay, I'll take my sweater. It's all good. And then, like, as the day progressed, it just got colder and colder, and I'm like, wow. Like, super
the temperature was going down instead of up. It was actually me being up at, unfortunately, 2 a.m. I was actually warmer at 2 a.m. than I was at 10 a.m., which was kind of funny. It was warmer when I left work than when I got into work.
I'm gonna predict snow this year.
Nah.
I just did it. I'm predicting snow this year.
No, and I'm doubting you.
It's easy to doubt me. It's only happened twice in the history of Miami, but I'm predicting snow this year.
No.
I'm telling you,
no.
It's going to, listen to me, it's going to snow this year, bro.
Okay.
It's going to snow, all right? Listen, this is the earliest it's ever gotten cold here in Miami, okay? It's going to snow. And this is, not only here in Miami, but it's been cold everywhere. Speaking of which, that big blizzard in Buffalo, did you hear the story with the Florida Panthers owner that he had to apologize to the Buffalo Sabres owner?
For what?
So there was a game at the, what's it called now, the BB&T Center? Is that what it's called now? The
Our
Panther
stadium?
Arena? Yeah, the Panther
Yeah,
Arena.
that's BB&T.
Okay, so the Sabres came down to play, and on the scoreboard, the Panthers made a little video of the, what is it called, Stanley C. Panther, hanging out and sitting on the beach with sunglasses, and then putting pictures back of the blizzard over there. and he took offense to it because a lot of people died during the blizzard. So he, at the end of the day, the Florida Panthers owner had to apologize to the Buffalo Sabres.
And there's one place in particular that, without a doubt, when it comes to talking about living in the North, a place that I would never live is Buffalo.
Oh my, it's dreadful.
Do you realize, for some odd reason, our forecasters have somebody planted? The moment winter comes, we got somebody in Buffalo every single year. Why? Because we know Buffalo is going to get crapped on.
Because of the lake, and you got that lake effect over there in Buffalo. I don't know if you know how it works.
No, I really don't know how it works because I've lived in Florida.
I'm from Chicago, so you kind of get it a little bit over there.
Well, yeah, no, you can understand it because you're right next to Canada.
Well, think about it. It's an easy lesson. Think about it. You have Canada in the north, then you got a lake in between, then you got Buffalo. So all that cold air blows over the lake and makes it snowstorms in Buffalo.
Yeah,
easy.
No, it's understandable. But again, I mean, we just love to always talk about Buffalo because Buffalo is always getting crapped on every year, every year, every year. Another 13 feet in Buffalo fell today.
It's gotta suck, man.
Snow drifts as high as my house.
It's gotta suck.
And there's still school.
954-990-0036.
Don't worry, guys. Walmart's always open.
Bro, the Heat have been bad this year, man.
We're just terribly flowing together.
Wow.
And the sad part is I actually see next year Flowetry a little bit better. I don't think Spo adjusted very well with his new staff.
Oh my God, did we have our expectations too high though? Like
no,
everybody.
I didn't.
Hold on, where did you have the Heat though in the beginning of the season?
Oh no, I put them. I see us still making playoffs because I see the Eastern Conference.
But what seed did you have them at?
Oh, easy, like 5th or 6th.
Okay, exactly. Well,
like a lot of people were putting them in the top 4, and it's like, no, you don't do that with brand new teams.
I said 6th, I believe. And
yeah, which is about right because that's mid-pack. We're going to make the playoffs. I don't see us being 8th, 7th, or 8th, but I mean, even that's possible. And you know what? That's making playoffs right now. I would be happy for that. But at the same time, my expectations are a little bit higher right now because, I do see the potential. Look at Wade. 28 points, 27 points.
But doesn't that worry you that he's kind of wasting all these great efforts on bad nights?
No, because Dwayne Wade is still going to put it down when he needs to. Come on.
Okay, yeah, sure, Bob.
There's a difference between regular season Dwayne Wade and...
Are you serious? You're living in reality, like in a fantasy world right now. Dwayne Wade can't play like that every single night. Why do you think they've had him?
But that's what I'm saying. He knows how to turn it up, at least when it comes to the playoffs.
He's turning it up right now. He's playing at his full potential. He has to carry this team.
Nah.
This team is playing no defense, and that's including Dwayne Wade. There's no D in Heat.
That's the problem.
Yeah, there really is no D in Heat. And there's no D in the Heat on the core anywhere.
No, we lost our defense, and that was one of our things.
Because it was LeBron. That was our defense.
He wasn't at 90% of our defense.
LeBron was all over the place.
Dwayne Wade was still.
Dwayne Wade didn't play like half the games.
But he still had a higher percentage than most people.
Efficiency. That's not
in steals.
Calling defense, man.
In steals, that's defense.
Yo, Wade is my boy. He's my favorite player right now. It has been since he came into the league. But his age is catching up to him. It's not showing offensively.
I'm not doubting
that. But defensively, he can't handle both sides of the court.
We were never really an amazing defensive team. We've always been that scrappy defense who relies on easy turnovers, and that's stealing the ball. We have typically last year, in the last 4 years, in the last 8 years, we've had a fairly high turnover ratio when it comes to steals in general. But again, everybody knows where the ball's going right now, and it's typically Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade, and they know our game plan. It's an easy game plan. We went back to basics. We're playing college ball against NBA teams, it looks like, and we're just getting outran. We're getting out physicaled.
Our biggest problem is our bench. Our biggest problem is our bench because once other teams start switching it up, we don't have
the depth anymore.
We don't have those guys on the bench to get what you know what it is that the other day I'm just chilling. I'm doing something around the house.
Just chilling. Hanging out.
Doing something around the house, whatever. And I get an update from my phone and the Heat bench was outscored by I think the Bucks like 60-18. Wow. Dude, Okay, how about this? Atlanta's bench outscored us like 48-20 or something like that. They shot 50. The Miami Heat shot like 51% from the floor, and they still lost by 12.
Yeah. No, and the other day we were at 58%, and we were still losing to, I forgot who it was, but they were shooting 64%. We're just right now getting completely outplayed.
I mean, they're in the top 10 points allowed. They're allowing about 98.7 points per game. They're 10th overall. Points per game scoring, though, we're 23rd.
Yeah.
Rebounds per game, we're on the bottom of the list pretty much at 30th.
Again?
We're small. We're small. We need a center. We don't have a traditional center.
Yeah.
We don't have a center. We need a center.
Well, we tried putting Dang in the center, and
Dang's not a center.
He's not a center.
Dang's not a center. And Birdman's hurt. Birdman's also 37 years old. Birdman's not going to look like Birdman did, and a lot of it has to do because of LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron takes that quality out of those players.
Well, he takes 4 eyes on him everywhere he goes. There's always constantly 2 people watching him. So, yes, LeBron is a game changer just by being on the court. We all know that. We need to adjust to it. He's not here anymore. He went home.
They play Phoenix tonight. Miami plays Phoenix tonight. Phoenix is coming out of a back-and-back. They had an overtime game last night. Miami right now stands at 9-11. 9-11, man.
Ouch, yeah, I just want to stay above 500 for the most part.
How's Cleveland doing right now? Cleveland looked like they were falling apart for a while, and then all of a sudden they caught a groove.
Yeah, they caught the groove.
And now they're 12-7. Oh, my God.
So they've won the last couple in a row?
Yeah. Yep.
But again, they have LeBron. If they don't adjust to LeBron, he gets rid of you.
I guess so.
You're not welcome in my house.
I want to see like how many minutes like James Jones has gotten or stuff like that. Like I guess I'm gonna have to look at that up like while during the break because that'll be funny.
Well, it's funny.
Left. He left. Him and Mike Miller left because he wanted.
LeBron James wanted James Jones.
James Jones has played 8.8 minutes per game. He's played in 5 games.
Mm-hmm. He's right back to
Scores
being
about 5 points.
Straight bench boy.
He's a bench. He's a bench warmer.
Yo, how's the bench?
He's played in the 4th least amount of games on the team. Mike Miller's played in 13 games.
But for what? 18 minutes?
Has about 12.2 minutes per game. That's nothing. Those are garbage minutes.
Yeah. That's when LeBron's actually like sitting down for those 3 minutes.
Oh, this is the best stat.
LeBron's playing for like 45 minutes a game.
Mike Miller's points per game, 1.5.
What?
Oh, exactly. 1.5.
Damn.
1.5 points per game.
Yeah, but think about it. If LeBron takes you to a championship, that's a free championship ring. And all I had to do was sit there. That was
LeBron's averaging right now 37.8 minutes a game. 24.2 points per game.
Okay, so he's dropped in a couple minutes.
Dropped.
I mean, he was averaging 45.
He was because that's how they were putting him in. Kyrie Irving also. But look, listen, it's not like Cleveland's been playing like great teams. They beat the Bucks the other day. They beat the Knicks, and it was because of a heroic effort because of Kyrie Irving. I'm serious. Why are you laughing, bro? I'm dead ass serious.
Well, it's the Eastern Conference in general, where they're all garbage. It's not the West Coast.
Okay, so watch. So they're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game road win streak. In those 7 games, okay, they beat Brooklyn, they beat Toronto, they beat the Knicks by 3 at the last second. They beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a surprising team this year, but they ain't not.
They're still nothing fancy.
All right, Indiana is a shell of what it was.
Actually, that's one game I would like to have seen.
Washington and Orlando. Those are the teams. So
their best team that they beat was Washington.
Yeah. When they went on the losing streak, they lost to Denver. They lost to San Antonio. They lost to Washington. They lost to Toronto. Getting blown out. 110-93 against Toronto. 91-78 against Washington. The closest game was San Antonio, and I'm sure because they all woke up to one of that game.
The only thing I'm hoping for is they just don't win that championship.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like I don't care if they make it and they beat the Heat. I really don't. Like as a Heat fan, I'm hoping we go to the championship every year, obviously. But dude, as long as they lose, it's just like FSU this year in the playoffs. Come on, somebody beat them.
Somebody will beat them.
Somebody beat them.
We'll talk about that when we come back. 954-990-0036. This is The Asylum on SoFloRadio.com.
Crazy.
Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brad Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com.
Say, remember when radio was fun?
Now it's dead.
Because deregulation has allowed one massive corporation to spread its tentacles like a giant octopus, absorbing radio stations around the globe. And that's why you hear this.
SoFlo Radio will stand and fight the corporate monolith. SoFloRadio.com. SoFloRadio.com.
Here's the latest ratings you asked for.
What is this? Where did all our listeners go?
SoFloRadio.com.
SoFlo, what channel is that on?
It's online, sir. Wi-Fi radio.
Oh, I see.
But what channel is it on?
Put your business on the leading edge of media advertising with the SoFloRadio.com network. Unlike antiquated AM or FM radio, your professionally produced 30 or 60-second ad will be heard live on SoFloRadio.com during the day and will be downloaded thousands of times a day on SoFloRadio.com, as well as being heard on our free podcasts on iTunes. Wi-Fi radio and Bluetooth are now available with BMW, Ford, GM Cars and Trucks. Don't get left behind. Contact SoFloRadio.com for details and our very affordable rates. SoFloRadio.com. Stay ahead of the game.
The Amigo Show with Larry Million.
Yeah, I said it. Michael Jordan was the biggest thing in the NBA. LeBron is the biggest thing in the NBA. Same type of star. I'm not going to argue who's better today. And you look at that, right, Frank? And I remember Jordan. Like, I rooted against Jordan. You know why I rooted against Jordan? Whoa! Oh my my voice went soprano. Oh my goodness.
No, what I meant to say was when I. Do you know why I root against?
You have failed.
That's what I was trying to say.
The Amigo Show, Saturday mornings from 9 to noon, only on SoFloRadio.com. Now, back to the Frank Fernandez Show.
My name's Noah J. Bird. Noah J. Bird? Oh, you like to fly. What's your name, baby? They call me Soul Baby. Soul Baby? Yeah. Keep it in control, baby. Tears, no fears, man. Oh, is that right? Respect it, don't neglect it. All right, my brother. Treat it, don't beat it, all right, baby.
On SoFloRadio.com.
You're a badass mother.
With the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo.
We gotta get Ivan back in here so he can run all the board. Too many things to do at the same time. 954-990-0036.
I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. Turn up.
The big news today, we haven't gotten to it. Cam Newton was involved in a car accident. He has a couple fractures, so we'll see if he's gonna be able to be okay to play. Hopefully, the best to him.
Most likely it's not going to happen because he got a couple fractures in his lower back right now. I think the report suggested. So likelihood he'll probably be sitting this weekend.
Yeah. So
he hurting right now.
Prayers go out to Cam Newton. It had to be bad, man. I haven't seen the pictures or anything, but it sounded like it was gonna be like it was a bad accident.
Yeah, just leaving the stadium too, a block away from the stadium too.
Wow.
So
Okay. All right. So
yeah, hopes and prayers, best wishes.
were you one of the hundreds of thousands of people sitting around your TV at 12:30, 12:35 in the afternoon on Sunday to see who the Final Four was for college football?
No.
I love this. And my cousin sent me a picture. He was at the Dolphin game. And he was in the club level, and he sends me a picture of like, bro, a group of people watching the Final Four to see who's gonna be released at 12:45. I think it was finally released who the Final Four were, and I'm talking about like, dude, everybody glued to their phones, everybody glued to their TVs, waiting for this announcement to be made. And, you know, you have ESPN having reporters all over the place, spanning the globe, in the top 6 spots that they thought was going to be for the top 4, for the Final Four. And, I mean, bro, you had people in Waco, Texas. You had people in
Spanning the globe.
Yeah, spanning the globe. You had people in Waco, Texas, in Fort Worth, Texas. You had people in Oregon, and Alabama, and Florida, and Tallahassee. You know, you had people everywhere, like, just so they can be there to report. You can't tell me that people don't like this. And they kind of set it up perfect for them because they found themselves in a scenario that they can pick top 4 teams, and at the same time, there's still a controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And they saved themselves of the best controversy because the way it was set up the week before, okay, it was Alabama, Oregon, TCU, Florida State, which was already eye-opening because you're like,
TCU overjumped undefeated team.
Right. So it's eye-opening. So then the other part of the discussion was Baylor and TCU played each other, and Baylor won. How is TCU, and they both have 1 loss. So how is TCU at number 3 and Baylor at number 6?
TCU actually
stronger
strength. Just a stronger schedule, unfortunately.
Not by much.
Not like it really was like millimeters in comparison. There was like 1 or 2 teams that even both sides you can even compare. You know, one of them just had a better name. They sure as heck didn't have the better team. But I think it's due to the fact that TCU kind of has been absolutely blowing people out. Baylor kind of skipped by here and there. They weren't completely dominant the whole game. TCU's just been
TCU looks like it's been a better football team.
Like
that's their
55
argument.
plus is what they put up on a daily basis every Saturday. I mean, you can't argue that.
Okay, David, that's their argument, okay? But Baylor beat them head to head. So you don't do nothing with that.
And I think that's why both of them didn't make it.
Oh, okay, but you're getting to know me. They were the easiest decision for the NCAA to leave out without getting a full-blown controversy about it.
Correct.
Okay, because like I said, if you leave
kept
TCU
one,
in there,
you had to.
If you leave TCU in
then
there,
if you-
Baylor beat them. Because listen, that's the thing about college football. The argument always is, oh, too bad they can't play each other to see what would happen on the field. So Baylor beat TCU. Baylor should be on top of TCU, even though TCU's been playing better. Baylor should be on top of TCU because at the end of the day, they played head-to-head, and that
matchup's already happened.
Right.
It's already happened.
So by leaving both of them out, they saved themselves that argument because if you put Baylor in, this is the setup that I gave you the week before. How does a team jump 3 spots and leapfrog an undefeated team to take the number 3 spot or whatever, put them at number 4?
Yeah, even number 4.
You would put them at number 4. But that would have been that discussion.
Correct.
Okay? Ohio State was the safest decision for them. And at the end of the day, since Ohio State's one of these prestige programs,
it was a better
fit.
And I mean, let's face it, Ohio State after their loss, they were completely dominant. There was a couple times here and there that you questioned how much are they going to win by. You never questioned that they were going to lose. You just questioned, okay, how much are they going to win by today?
Ohio State, I hate Urban Meyer. Like,
but you know what?
He's a schmuck, bro.
He
Dude, he's a schmuck. His situation in Florida deteriorated. And, everybody started getting arrested. This person did this and that person did that, and the program it turned into Thug U. Remember those were the discussions, okay?
Yeah.
What happened? What did he do? He came up with this illness and he took off. I need to spend more time with my family. This is a life-threatening situation that I'm dealing with. I need to spend more time with my family. Blah 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 blah.
Signed next
2
year.
years later.
Oh, was it 2 years?
I don't know. A couple years later.
It almost sounded like I thought
Immediately.
it was like not that immediate season, but by the end of that immediate season, he had already re-signed with somebody else. I thought
His dream job opens up. Let's go and become a coach. What happened to your life-threatening illness that you had because you had to spend all this time with your family? So he's a schmuck, but he's a hell of a freaking football coach.
No, and he's one of those people you have to respect on the field. He's like Nick Saban'd UF.
Dude, he's a good football coach, man. For your third stringer to come in, okay, and put up 60 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, you have a pretty good all-around football team. If your third stringer come in, and the second start that he's gonna make in his career is gonna be a Final Four bowl game.
Correct. Yeah. And no, he came in on the championship. He won a championship for him. So now that allowed them to move even into the top 4 because they blew out their championship game.
Back to TCU and Baylor. So if TCU, let's say TCU, okay, I already had this scenario built in my head, and it reminded me of something. If TCU would have gone into the Final Four with the discussion of Baylor beat them and Baylor didn't get in, why did they get in? Does that remind you of anything?
Oh, wow, you're throwing me on the spot here.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here.
Do you remember who we had to play in the bowl game in 2000? The Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Who?
Wasn't it? It was Ohio State in 2002.
That was 2002. 2001 was the championship season. That was
Correct.
Nebraska. Who did they play the year before in the bowl game?
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I'm drawing a blank.
Neighbors to our north. They clapped their hands.
Oh, the Gators.
All right. That season, Florida State played for the national championship.
Yeah.
That season, we had the same record. That season, we beat Florida State. Same conversation. So that's why I think at the end of the day they made the right decision on who they put in there, because that was a mess waiting to happen.
Yes, and even with that, I do like that. I did not realize that they had already played each other, which should have kept them both out of the top 4 at any given moment, pretty much. Because if you're not going to put in one, you have to put in the other. If Florida State lost, you can easily put both of them in there. But I think Ohio State had too much steam the last 6 games. They dominated.
They were definitely climbing the mountain.
They deserved. Talk about, as far as I was concerned, they were the team that was up and coming, and they were going to be the team that leapfrogged, especially a smaller school like TCU.
Well, many people were reporting and kind of, the analysis.
Watch these guys.
Right, exactly. And everybody was waiting to see when they finally got in. Well, they got in the most important week, the last week.
The last week, they leapfrogged 2 other people for the most part.
You think Florida State's going to be Oregon?
No,
I don't either, man. I don't either, and I think
it's only because of the speed of the offense. I don't think
they can't handle them.
Florida State, their defense, they wear out a little bit too fast.
This is why I like this playoff system, though, because in the past, a team would win the conference championship, and okay, whatever. They only got to win one more game, and they're gonna be champions. You had to hope that other team was ready. Now you got to win 2 games to be the champions. And they're going to have a difficult time with Oregon. And then they got to come 11 days later and then play Alabama or Ohio State, which I think it will be Alabama. And at the end of the day, that's why also this committee put Florida State at number 3, because they didn't want them to play Alabama at the first round, and they want them eventually to get to the championship game.
They're probably giving them the chance, and they're giving the respect where, unfortunately, Florida State still should have. They deserve the respect. National champions. Undefeated season. Only ones right now in the top 10
I understand why they put him at number 3 and number 4 because they're basing this and they're trying to set a formula and a foundation for this system, saying it's not about what your record is, it's about how good you look.
And that's what I kept on telling every Florida State fan.
But they're delusional. They've turned into Gator fans from from a couple years ago.
Tebow?
No, not Tebow, but they're like they think that like they're unstoppable now. Like they're like on top of the world. Oh, we're the best. We're the best. We're the best. Bro, there's this porn star freaking trolling Twitter and Vine and all these things. Her name is Mia Khalifa. Yo, she is not pretty and she's freaking an airhead and she just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
It's funny.
But most Florida State fans don't get it.
I said Tebow and you didn't throw up.
Because I'm over that guy already. Now I'm looking at Winston, bro. This guy looks like he doesn't. This guy looks like he doesn't respect anybody. As good as he is, he doesn't respect anybody. He rolls his eyes at Jimbo and he's like, all right, whatever, bro. If it doesn't exist in Jameis world, it don't exist. It's kind of his attitude. We can always talk about him next week. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait for that bowl game, January 1st, and they have to fly to Cali. Frank Fernandez Show live here on SoulFlowRadio.com. This is the Asylum. Thank you for making us a part of your day. David, thank you very much.
It's been an awesome Tuesday.
Bravo.
Welcome back.
Bravo. Bravo or bravo? Bravo.
Bravo. Bravo.
We will talk to you guys next week, Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. live on SoulFlowRadio.com. We don't wave, we don't clap, we throw up the U. Good night.
Dale.
Looking like a zombie from Night of the Living Dead, and tomorrow probably still be too high to get out of bed. Till I feel like I've been hit with the sharp part of the hammer, mixing Hennessy and Fanta with Pepto in my Atlanta.
Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFlowRadio.com.
That hood's tighter than kidneys. So ladies, if your belly button's not an Indian